That's what I needed. Honestly, coffee saves me sometimes, and I don't think that's a good thing. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you've got a nice drink with you right now, or any beverage that you want, because it's going to be a very chill video. I'm just going to speak about a couple of things I've never actually released to the public. Give or take, right now it's been about a year that I entered a video into a competition at my university and I won a place to go to Tribeca Film Festival. I know it literally seems baffling, and it still baffles me today because I still don't believe I went there, but I did. So if you are new to the channel, I don't know if you have checked out the Tribeca vlogs or not. If you want to, there's a playlist on my channel which you can visit at any point, and you get to watch the experience I had, and watching them might make this video make a bit more sense. So I think I'm going to start a bit from scratch. I know this video isn't going to target everyone, because what are the chances right now that you happen to be a film or TV or drama student at Aberystwyth University in your second or third year? Yeah, I don't think the chances are very high. But if you are, it might be helpful because you'll be able to see what I did to get through in the competition and just hear a bit more about the film festival. I don't know how I've drunk half of my cup of coffee already. That's another point. The coffee in New York was the best coffee I've ever tasted. Yeah, just to point that out. Basically, there's something called the Abba Fund, and that's for anyone that wants to donate money to the university, and it goes towards student projects to help them out, to benefit their course, and many things, because there's many departments at the university. The Abba Fund helped the Tribeca experience because it funded us to go for free. That is right, for free. The reason why we could go to Tribeca specifically was because an amazing guy called Ben Thompson, who graduated from the department years ago, he basically, after graduating, went to New York and worked his way to the top, and now you can pretty much say he's at the top of his game. He gets to meet all the stars pretty much, and as you do, meet De Niro and, you know, all the standard stuff. So because he got to that high position, he wanted to give back to the university. So every year he lets 2 students go for free to Tribeca Film Festival. He sorts all the passes out and everything. So now you can kind of see how the Abba Fund and Tribeca Film Festival kind of work together. I just want to make this video because yes, it has been a year roughly since I entered the video for the competition, but what we found with the competition is not many people entered, and we were trying to find out why and what we can do to promote it. So why don't I just talk about it? Because you never know, it might spur someone on to enter, and even if you're not the student at Aberystwyth, then sit here and watch 2 videos that I never released before. It's still worth watching, I hope. How the process works now is you enter a 1-minute video explaining a bit about you and why you want to go to Tribeca. In a sense, why would it benefit you going? They've increased the students going from 2 to 4. And I think now they've increased it, they really need to push it more, and students need to realise how amazing it is. Because something I found is nobody really documented it in a way that was promoted whilst I was entering, because I entered first year and second year, and I was a bit iffy about third year, because one thing we all had in common was loads of deadlines around Christmas. Because there was no visual representation saying how amazing it really was and you get to do all this for free, I don't think it's sunk in of how important it is just to spend a day making a video, editing it and entering it, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Because I wasn't going to enter in my third year because I thought I have too many other priorities, I'm not going to win that, and I just don't have time. Through support of lecturers and friends and stuff, I literally spent a day or 2 before the deadline. I worked so hard. I'd say with this 1-minute video, you need to just find an edge just to make it different. Around that time, I had recently purchased my gimbal, and I thought, okay, I haven't used that before, but why not give it a go? It'll make the video a bit different. So luckily my boyfriend Jordan was visiting Abba at that time, so he was able to film me walking around the streets, do a little montage with me, and I told him what I wanted, and then I filmed a few shots myself and kind of merged it all together, and then did a voiceover. And I was frantically messaging my lecturer because it was the night before the deadline or something, and this voiceover was not happening. Everything just kept going wrong with it. I just could not get it right. I basically messaged him to say, can I submit it without this voiceover? Will it still be worthy, kind of thing? And he didn't reply, and the deadline was at 12 the next day. But it was a blessing in disguise because it made me work to the early hours of the morning and actually finish the voiceover. But I did it and it got me a place. But then the deadline was extended because not enough people had entered. And again, I think that's the mixture of not realizing how amazing the opportunity is, along with the fact we have loads of deadlines. So without further ado, I'm gonna let you watch the video that I entered. I haven't watched it in a year, so this is gonna be very weird for me. It's gonna bring a lot of memories back, and yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking and let you watch it because, yeah.
Creative mindsets lead to incredible experiences, and it's safe to say Tribeca would be the biggest one yet. I've always been artistic and creative ever since I was little, and working with a camera is just a subcategory of that. There's just something so fascinating about capturing a moment, whether it's a still or moving image. It's something that keeps me motivated to keep learning and trying new things. Now I'm in my final year of university, I'm taking every opportunity to grow my photography and videography skills, and I've started using social media platforms to showcase my portfolio, and hopefully this will encourage some freelance work. I've never been fortunate enough to visit New York, but I've heard it's a city of dreams. I really want to be immersed in the vibe of the city and broaden my views of the industry out there. I'm Jenny Edwards, and this is why I want to go to Tribeca.
It's weird watching that back because who would have thought that in a year's time I would officially be a freelancer? I know I didn't, so because I remember it was my first time taking out the gimbal, trying it out, and it was, fun fact, the first time I learned how to speed ramp, and oh my god, I blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, this effect, I'm gonna use it so much, and now I really don't use it that much. But yeah, that's a fun fact for you. So hopefully now you can kind of get a gist of what I did. I think that's definitely something with the 1 minute video. If you need to make one, make it snappy, get to the point, because you've only got a minute, and when you're trying to fit everything in a minute, you realize how short it is. So the next video I want to show you is something me and Ola made, which was the other student I went with, and we had to make it because Abba Fund have a meeting at the end of every year to see where their money has gone and see how it's benefited students. Our lecturers gave us the challenge of making a video under 2 minutes, I think it was, of summarising everything that went on. Instantly I thought, how am I going to fit everything we did in 2 minutes? Because so much happened. But anyway, they wanted us to do a video to kind of spice it up a bit. So I'm going to show you that video. I have never released this to the public other than the people that were in that meeting. A lot of work went into it.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Ola.
And on the 25th of April 2019, we took a trip of a lifetime.
We flew all the way from the UK to New York, and it was a very long trip.
We took the subway many times.
We had pizza every day.
We took nighttime photography.
We woke up at 6 a.m. to walk on Brooklyn Bridge, which felt like a movie set.
We met Ben for lunch. He gave us great advice and gave us the free passes to the festival.
We had an unlimited supply of free coffee, which we needed.
The rain didn't dampen our spirits.
We got mistaken for press at Red Carpets. Oh, and I met Herzog at his Q&A. No big deal.
We saw Jennifer Lawrence, David O. Russell and Robert De Niro casually appeared.
We had free cocktails at a party.
We went to Central Park before seeing De Niro and Scorsese.
We chilled on the hotel rooftop.
Had Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast and someone stole my Starbucks.
We attended a short filmmakers party just by the Statue of Liberty.
And I somehow got lost in Times Square.
We bought some sweets, souvenirs, and went to Target.
We saw the 9/11 memorial, which I always wanted to see in person.
And we took many photos that captured everything in between.
But none of this would have happened
if it wasn't for the Abba Fund.
So thank you for this opportunity.
So I think that video pretty much summarises how cool the experience was. We set aside one day to get that all done. So because one of the requirements was to document the trip however you wanted, I vlogged it and took digital photos, and Ola took her film camera. We had a cinema in the department, and I think I've got a clip actually of all the images spread across the floor. It literally took every space up, and we spent a good hour, I'd say, organising it into sections and then how we're going to tell it. So then I found little snippets of video, and believe it or not, that was all done in one take. It was difficult, but we did it, and then after that came the voiceover, which we both dreaded, and we got through it, and it took a long time because neither of us are script writers. So yeah, I really wanted to share both of those to show you what I actually entered and also the video for the Abba Fund. So overall, I love Tribeca. Ever since I went, I have just wanted to go back straight away because we didn't have long at all, and because neither of us had been to New York, we hadn't seen the city before. You can see by the film guide how many things were actually on. The festival was a great insight as well to how film festivals work, and seeing Robert De Niro, Jennifer Lawrence, Scorsese, and I was even in the same theatre as Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm gonna hold that forever. Not many other universities can offer this. So I know today was a bit different, but if you liked it, hit the thumbs up button, I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, hit subscribe and the notification bell, and I'll see you next week. Bye! Well, now I need another coffee because most of that has gone cold. I know when I've talked a lot when half of my coffee has just gone cold, and now I need to go and make another one, so first world problems.